Look at this, people. Look at this fancy little setup I got going on over here. Oh, yes. So, hello, everybody. Let me get my focus. There we go. I watched Wild at Heart yesterday, and I thought it was a really good film. I'm just going to review it. As I said, look at this fancy setup. All this camera, all this lights and everything. If you do watch my short form content, you know that I have this at my disposal. But I just like to use my phone sometimes because it's easier, and I like how versatile it is. But yeah, we're just going to review Wild at Heart. So Wild at Heart by David Lynch. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed I quite enjoyed the first 40 minutes. After, during halfway, I was a bit, I don't know, I didn't like it as much. But I thought it was a pretty good film. I gave it a 3.5. I was a little bit, a small amount disappointed, but I still enjoyed it. I thought the acting was brilliant. I thought Laura Dern's performance was really good. I thought Willem Dafoe's performance was really good. Nicolas Cage as well, but those two people, Laura Dern and Willem Dafoe, I think were absolutely fantastic. And, sorry about my chair. Bro, this chair needs to shut the fuck up. Right, let me just angle myself. Right, okay, there we go. So yeah, I really enjoyed the acting from it. I thought it wasn't necessarily stereotypically David Lynch, in the sense that it wasn't like a Razorhead or like Blue Velvet. It still had its moments where it was like, what the hell is this shit? Like, what the hell's going on? Which I love. But yeah, it still was a fantastic watch in the sense that David Lynch's style was still there. I love how crazy it was. I like the dancing in it. I like, the singing. I love the classic shot where, the camera goes out and it pulls straight into Laura Dern's feet. I like the superimposition with the kind of memory and the thoughts, how it kind of links back to this fire. It links back to this shot of a fire. It links back to these memories, these thoughts. I think the superimposition is really, really good, and like how it just cuts back. I think the editing is really good as well. Again, the editing symbolizing the meaning, so what it cuts to and why it cuts to that. David Lynch is really good at doing that because, again, he cuts to like completely random different things that have nothing to do with the linear kind of structure of the story, and that's what makes David Lynch's films quite, I don't know what the word is, out there, like very just like weird. There's a word for it, unorthodox, just like strange, and that's what David Lynch is. Abstract, that's the word, abstract. So his cuts, they're very abstract in the sense that they just cut to whatever he wants to cut to. He doesn't necessarily follow a structure or a linear. It's quite unconventional. So there was that. I like the cinematography as well. I think there's some really nice cinematography in it. The use of the colours, the use of framing was really, really good. I liked how it had a good flow, good consistency in the first hour. I liked how we would just kind of transition to like them on a road trip, them getting to a motel, them having a dance, then going home, having sex. It was quite funny how they like kind of that consistency. And then yeah, I just think in the middle, the last kind of, not the last, I think the kind of hour to an hour and 40, I think those 40 minutes just felt a bit dry. It didn't feel necessarily as exciting. I wasn't as kind of indulged. I don't know if this was, again, my attention span or just wasn't a fan, but my attention was held quite well in the first hour, and then after that, I just kind of dropped off a bit. Having said that, I do love the beginning and the ending in the sense that they're both very significant. So in the beginning, it's like very instant how they instantly get in that knife fight and how he instantly goes to prison. So it's like, whoa, very extreme in the first 3 minutes, and in the last kind of 3 minutes how they have a baby and how they have a son. So kind of I like how in the last kind of few minutes is very extreme things happen. So yeah, I just felt like it was just a bit boring after that. The last kind of 40 minutes for me personally. I don't know if it was a me thing or if it's the film, but I don't know. I don't really like this when they kind of moved over to the new motel and there was all those weird people with Willem Dafoe. I thought Willem Dafoe's character was really good, but I wish he could have been involved in some other way. I love the bank robbery. I thought that was a really good part of the film. I will spoil this if you want to I mean, I'm spoiling it now, but I like the scene where I like the practical effects in it when William Dafoe's head just gets blown off by the shotgun. It's like, what the hell? And I also really like how I also like the practical effects of the when they go across the car crash, and there's that woman who has like all the blood around her, and the blood like comes out of her mouth, and it's quite horrible and disgusting. But the one thing that I love, the one thing that I love about David Lynch and all of his films is that they're abstract, but also not. They're also somewhat normal. They follow a structure, they follow reality, but there's elements of what the fuck, and that's why I like it, because I don't mind that to a certain degree. I'm very kind of shaky on it because I don't really like films that don't really explain themselves, but for some reason I really do like David Lynch films. Again, I think it's just because it does have that linear structure, that sense of reality, which some films just don't, and it's just 2 hours of what the hell's going on, and I just think it's a waste of time. At least give me something to kind of bounce off on, or a baseline to kind of gain a structure or a sense of what's going on. David Lynch does that so well. So yeah, how long have we been waffling on for? 6 minutes. I don't know what else I could comment about the film. The accents were good. The southern accents. Oh, honey, baby. Peanut. I like the names. The script. There's actually dialogue was pretty good as well. Again, I like the lighting, cinematography. And William Dafoe's character was horrible, man. His character was horrible. Disgusting character. And that's why I think his performance was so good. Because he was so disgusting and horrible. Made me feel so uncomfortable. It's good acting. I'm trying to think what else I can comment on. Oh yes, I also think the performance of the mum. I don't know her name, but the performance of the mum was really, really good. She was just absolutely stressed out the whole time, and I loved the lipstick scene where like this lipstick symbolizes blood. I thought it was really good. It was just a really unique way to kind of make us feel uncomfortable and like make us feel like what the fuck is going on here. I like that. I thought it was really good, especially when she does the bit with the veins. I thought, oh, it made me feel weird. Because it's reality. Somebody being like to the point where they're so angry and depressed that they're almost suicidal, and then it's showing it in a really weird, unconventional way of like really bright red lipstick. Made me feel uncomfortable. It's also a bit like Eraserhead as well, in the sense that there's transitions and parts of the film where there's almost a superior power, because there's like things in Wild at Heart where the hand goes over this kind of ball that looks really magical, and there's like this person who walks into the frame and does magical things that moves on to the next scene. So that's kind of similar to Eraserhead. But yeah, I don't know what else I can comment on. The girl from Twin Peaks was a cool character who just randomly came on for 2 minutes. Again, I can't remember her name, but she was really cool. I like the ending as well because of how like passionate it is, and how he sings the song "Love Me Tender," and how he says that's going to be his wife, and then obviously it symbolises that their relationship's going to go on forever. Yeah, I mean the only problem I had, I just thought it was a bit numb towards the end. I feel like it just lost that excitement, and it just was a bit like, well, I'm just kind of observing now rather than following, or like, well, it just didn't feel like I was as into the story. But that's what I really have to comment on Wild at Heart. I thought it was a good film. As I said, I expected a little. I thought it would be a bit more exciting and a bit more fast paced, but I wasn't truly disappointed. I think it was still a good watch, and I think everyone should still go and watch it. But I need to watch a few more David Lynch films. I really want to watch Lost Highway. That film looks so good. Or also like the shots of the road. I wonder if that's the same road, because it had yellow lines, and there's a shot in the film in which it looked like the opening to Lost Highway. So I wonder if they use that same road. They probably did. I don't know. But yeah, I want to watch some more David Lynch films. I need to watch a lot more films, because I've only watched one this whole entire week. I need to go to the cinema because Monkey Man's on. What else is on? The Substance was screening the other day, and I really know I didn't go to it because I didn't know, because doing like an award thing in Cineworld in which they're just screening all the films that won awards or were nominated for them. So that's what I have to comment on, really. I'll watch another film, review it. But Wild at Heart, good film, go watch it. I don't think it's my favourite David Lynch film. I think my favourite David Lynch film is probably still Eraserhead. It's because of the way it made me feel. It wasn't even though I enjoyed it or liked it, because I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really like it, but it's just the way it made me feel was horrible. So that's why it's there, because it just had such power. But that's it, everybody. Have a lovely evening, afternoon, whatever, and review my next film, record whenever, and corner stop should hopefully be another shooting day soon. Hopefully we can actually get in the shop, film that, keep that going slowly but surely. So yeah,